Vision wanted to know about our past, and Kana said kind of a similar thing. Shouts out, guys. Childhood memories. So we can kind of just go over a few things.
Oh, you want to end it with some,
and then we'll end it with some stories.
You want to end it with some childhood
stories.
So if you
bro.
here or you skipped here, I don't even know how long we've been doing this.
Oh man.
But you know,
we've been in anime. We've been trying to do. We've been not. I wouldn't even say trying. Life comes along, and you know, Daniel had a kid, and we started late. And so we've played in everything like we said at the beginning. I'm trying to think.
I know. So we grew up in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
We grew up
poor
in Vegas. I mean, we were not
broke as a joke.
We weren't broke when we were little.
Oh yeah,
until like our parents got a divorce. Y'all know how that is.
You know how there's money when dad's still in the family because he's, you know what I'm saying, like. Then dad goes and we're looking around and we hearing gunshots.
Yeah.
Like when the gunshots start.
And then, you know, I lived with my dad for a little longer than they did, and then I moved in with my mom. And
remember food stamps?
Oh, do I remember food stamps?
Yo, what you guys know about food stamps? They probably don't even know what that means. They probably call it EBT.
So yeah, I think we've talked about this before on a
paper food stamps.
Yeah, on a Twitch. When we were streaming.
Yeah.
But so back in the day, you're gonna hear that. You heard that a lot through this, right?
Back in my day,
we could only give the experience that we lived through.
You know.
But back in the day, so instead of like the card, which I think is doper now because it seems it's more, you don't get called out, right? For being poor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Back in the day, they used to give you. It was like fake money. And it looked like
Monopoly money, and it came in a booklet, and you pulled it out like, you know, the paper that just you pulled it out.
And so that's what you had to give to people. And when
they don't do that anymore.
They don't
right?
do
It's
that,
always
which is good. Which is good. Again,
good.
Like going to the store, like that stuff is. I mean, especially being young and you know,
it's embarrassing.
It is like you giving somebody giving $green bills. You like giving over here Monopoly.
When we
money.
first moved to the hood, our friends were like, "Yo, go get," because we didn't know about. You could only go and break $1. You only could take 75 cents if you wanted change back.
Well, so
they were like, "Hey, go break this $1," and then we come out embarrassed because they're just like, they tricked us that we could only, you know, get 75 cents we didn't even know and stuff like that.
Well, so and the way they used to handle food stamps back in the day like that too is like they would like so somebody would would want cash, you know. And to like buy cigarettes and stuff because you couldn't, obviously government money, you can't buy alcohol and cigarettes with it. So what they would do is they're like, hey, yo, you know, I need some cash, so I'll give you this $20 in food stamps. You give me $10 in cash, right?
Yeah, you trade it for
so
us.
Then you get a little bit of money so you can buy food and stuff like that.
It's like pesos compared to, you know what I mean, American dollar.
So we had our own economy with food stamps, you know.
Oh, but mom, hey. Bro, so sometimes our mom, because like it was, I could see why, because it wasn't like just cash, so you didn't even look like you wouldn't just leave it around. She would forget like a booklet, like $1, a bill that was still connected into the booklet,
like a $10.
So they're like most of the time, you know, you find $1, ooh, $1, bro, $1 to us back then.
That's 4 snackers.
That's 4 snackers, bro. They had
four
little Debbie's. We used to call them
snackers.
snackers. You go get 4 snackers with that bad boy. And then they had but sometimes she would get a 5, a 10, a 20. Because like when it looks empty, you know what I mean? So like she would like leave it somewhere or something like that. Don't let us find a 20. What we getting if we get a 20, Daniel?
Man, we went to 20. We get some
we
Big Red.
Rich.
Remember Big Red?
Big
soda.
Red. Some little snackers.
And then you could use it there. There was a corner store where our place was at, and there was food, and it was some of the best hot chicken tenders.
So I don't know if they were the best or if they were the best because we were poor.
But we got that. I remember when we get to get that stuff. Like, oh man,
I'm talking. We were so poor. Like we didn't have trampolines. They were like beds people threw out. That's what we did back then.
They were Jerry. I remember Jerry because Jerry used to be into flips and stuff like that, and he practiced his tumbling on old dirty mattresses and stuff outside.
Bro, I was
like, hey, we got to hit this backflip.
We got to hit this back handspring, cuss.
Like the cotton and stuff all coming out of the
man.
The
there's so many. We'll save the poor stories because there's a lot of those.
Yo, remember when we made? Do you remember when we made the fire right across the street?
No. That's snitching on your own self.
This was just
that's vandalism.
They passed the time.
We were dumb kids.
But we started. Our stepdad at the time was like, "Hey, we're gonna go camping." We went camping right across the street because it's a desert, and it's a main road that's here.
That's where we were camping. 2 steps away from the house.
Yeah. Literally, we could have just walked over there. And then the cops came and was like, "Yeah, you can't have a fight."
And then there's a whole bunch of stories we'll get into. We'll save them and we'll spread them apart.
Okay.
So then we moved to Washington. We lived in the Salvation Army for a
no,
while.
wait,
We
real
were
quick.
homeless.
Wait, real quick before we go there, one more Vegas story.
What?
So in Vegas, if y'all have ever been, back in the day, you used to have a water park, like, and it was called Wet and Wild. And
there was some other places in Vegas called the same,
but it was for different things.
Yeah.
But our mom used to make us walk in front of her because if y'all have ever been to Vegas, they have these cars that have like, you know, like not naked, but almost naked, like girls on there. And my mom would make us walk ahead of her and keep our head up.
We couldn't even look down.
Yeah,
at the
and
ground.
we're over here like trying to put
City of Sin.
But anyway, we went into Wet and Wild, and our stepdad at the time.
Oh my goodness,
man!
You want to tell her? He used to.
He used to wear this red thong, bro. This red Speedo.
Dark dude.
And he dark.
In a red Speedo.
And it was so
he be in the waterfall. he be in the waterfall in a red Speedo, bro.
Trying to pose and stuff.
He's on that ooh-wee or something.
Anyway,
moving on from that. But no, we moved to Washington. We're in Washington now. I mean, we moved a couple places from there. We'll get into that stuff. And we were homeless for a while. We lived in the Salvation Army. A funny story. Mm-hmm. So this is anime related. So we wanted to leave that place so bad because we used to get dropped off by the bus, and we used to walk around like a different route so people didn't know.
Oh yeah, it was embarrassing.
And we just wanted to leave every day. We used to beg our mom like, we got to figure this out. We got to figure this out.
Our mom was doing the best that she could.
Oh
so
yeah.
Now that we're older, we realize that. But like
and also,
back then as a kid,
also I wouldn't trade it because like we've learned to appreciate things in a different way.
Yeah.
And it saved our lives in some ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, yo, the last day when we were getting out that joint, we were so happy. But the episode where was it Gohan or Goku on this? I can't remember. It was a Cell Games, I think.
It was Gohan.
And Gohan was going Super Saiyan 2. And you know how long they take to go Super Saiyan 2? We were on that episode. And we've been begging to get out of that joint for a long time. We are like, for the first time ever, we're like, can we please stay for like 2 more hours? You know what I mean?
My mom was like, no.
We were like, no, so
we
gotta wait. We gotta wait. I think that's enough. Okay. We'll get you guys some more. This was fun. It was a huge learning experience of how we want to do this. We're gonna structure it different,
and we're telling ourselves we're gonna do at least 25.
Yeah,
and we'll see how we feel at the end of those. So
yep. We're gonna dedicate to that one. See how it's doing. See if we're getting the input back from you guys. See if you guys are liking it. Yeah. And we'll go from there. Thanks for so much.
Thanks for so much.
Nothing like ending it with a screw up.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
It's gonna go.
We love you guys.
Screwed up.
And we out.